This is CES MMA.
All right, welcome back to Lincoln, Rhode Island and the Twin River Event Center for Path of Destruction, live mixed martial arts. And Scott, this next bout is one that I circled the minute I saw it on the bout sheet. Could be a main event on most cards.
Would be a main event on most
Would
cards,
absolutely
yeah.
be a main event. And we're back in the featherweight division. Right now you see Rob Font from Boston making his way to the cage. 5-1, 1 knockout win, 2 submission wins. He's won 4 in a row. And we mentioned this earlier in the show, Scott. He had an impressive win over Saul Almeida in February.
Very impressive. He did what most guys couldn't do against Saul, and that was make Saul come to him.
And I had a chance to talk to Rob leading up to this fight and asked him, were you more comfortable against that taller fighter? This time around, he's fighting somebody a little bit closer to his height. And he said he actually likes fighting those tall guys because a lot of guys make the mistake of just trying to go right inside. Instead, Rob Font used his jab, used the rear leg kicks, and you can see, exactly, and you can see by the second round, early third round, how frustrated Almeida truly was.
No, without a doubt. And, you know, one of the things that I do enjoy watching about Rob is that he changes what he sees what's available at the moment and then changes. He's not trying to keep drilling the same thing over and over. He flows with the fight, and to his credit, he's very good at it. Now, Lucas CRUZ, who he's going to be fighting tonight, is equally as good at the same thing.
Exactly. This is not a contrast of styles like the last fight was. This is more one-on-one, 2 fighters who are going to stand in there and trade shots with one another, and that's exactly how Rob Font wants it. And one of the interesting things about Rob Font, too, when I talked to him, I said, listen, that's a real tough fight you took against Almeida. Some guys might want to step back a bit and maybe just get their bearings.
Yep.
He's going right back in there with another tough fight. And I asked him his logic on that, and he said, if you want to stay busy in this sport, you have to fight guys that other fighters aren't willing to fight.
It's the truth. And, you know, a lot of guys that try to handpick their opponents, etc., they don't fight unless they get exactly who they're looking for. Here's the deal. Rob Font is a legitimate pro prospect right now. Lucas CRUZ, a very legitimate pro prospect. And both these guys should be looking at each other right now. Where do I stand in the grand scheme of things?
Well, Lucas CRUZ will find out tonight as well as Rob Font. CRUZ coming in at 6-0, 2 knockout wins, 3 submission wins. He's dropping down to featherweight for the first time, though he didn't have much luck doing that with the weight cut as we saw at Thursday's weigh-in. More of a wide open style for Lucas CRUZ. I know, Scott, you have some thoughts on the weight issue. Both fighters actually missing the cut at 145.
It's funny. Rhode Island has a rule where you only get 1 shot at the scale. Okay, most other places, you got an hour to cut whatever you might be off at. Maybe your scale's wrong compared to the one we're using, etc., etc. If you're off weight by like a pound, then okay, you can go burn that off, jump, skip some rope for 20 minutes and you're back. Being off weight 3 or 4 pounds is incredibly unprofessional. To me, it's disrespectful not only to the promoter, but your opponent. I have issue with it. I mean, I was an older guy when I started fighting. I always made weight. My fighters always make weight. I believe it's you being a pro is making weight.
Well, given the trouble he had making weight in his last fight, I was surprised to see he would drop down to 145, and obviously didn't do it successfully. We'll see if that plays a factor in the fight. Here is the tail of the tape. Lucas CRUZ, 6-0, weighing 147 yesterday, fighting out of Boston, Mass. Also Rob Font fighting out of Boston and Sityodtong, coming in at 5-1. This one's going to be a war. Let's send it down to Bill Carpenter for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Miller Light bout, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Featherweights. Your referee is Kevin McDonald. Introducing first to my right, fighting out of the blue corner. His weight for this contest, 145 pounds. His professional record shows 5 wins with only 1 loss. Representing Team Sityodtong, fighting out of Boston, Massachusetts. Please welcome Rob Font. Across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, this cage fighter tipped the scales at 147 pounds. His professional record is perfect. 6 wins, no losses. Representing Nova Unau in Boston, Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Lucas Golden Boy CRUZ. 3 5-minute rounds in the cage.
All right, CRUZ and Font ready to go toe-to-toe. Ironically, Scott, you can't even say either fighter has a deceiving record. Look at who they've beaten. Look at who
It's
CRUZ
a
has
who's
beaten.
who, 130, 145, 155. I am extremely pumped up for this fight. Very excited.
CRUZ has wins over John Ortolani and Pete Jeffrey in his last 2 fights. Rob Font has beaten Almeida, Lionel Young, and Thane Simpson. So a very impressive list of fighters for both sides.
Leg by Lucas, caught and returned by Font.
Great action in the early going of this fight.
I'm actually surprised to see Rob shoot that takedown this early in the fight. He did it by throwing a nice body shot and then shooting in, but you can see Lucas unfazed by being on his back.
I think we'll see Font more aggressive because he's not fighting somebody who is 6'4" and lanky like Almeida.
Lucas did a great job of working butterflies to get back up. It was an easy step up. Lucas right now is putting his right hand on the mat to avoid being kneed. And Kevin McDonald will be the first to tell you if you play that game, he won't honor it. Nice job by CRUZ of breaking that clinch.
All right, back to the center of the cage.
Nice head kick blocked well by Font. There's bad intentions on all these punches from both fighters.
Yeah, there's no feeling out process here, Scott. These guys are going for glory.
Well, both these guys, they're, like you said, roughly the same height, same skill set, fight high levels. You see Font just rips these 2 roundhouses. Where was Lucas's hands? Right up for perfect defense. These are 2 very well prepared, well conditioned, well educated fighters.
And again, CRUZ briefly blocking that right hand from Font over the top. Gets his hands up quickly.
Both men trading rear legs, but they're being checked. Nice little body shot from Rob.
You hear Font's corner telling him to be a little bit busier.
Nice rear leg by Lucas, but it was checked by Font. Nice right hand to the body.
That was a nice sequence. CRUZ went for the haymaker, missed, and Font
Straight
went right back to the
hand
body.
by CRUZ lands.
Now CRUZ comes right back with the right. 2:40 to go in round number 1.
I think it's going to be the first guy that puts a combination together rather than a pot shot. He's going to make a decisive advantage in this fight. Right hand by Font. Nice rear leg by Font, but it was checked by CRUZ. Step down trip from Robert Font, and CRUZ working at one. He's got 1 butterfly in to work his way up. Font looks like he's going for the guillotine. CRUZ fighting this off again with that hand down on the mat to avoid getting kneed.
Can't really tell if Font has any.
He's not. His elbow's not that deep. Lucas CRUZ's head is exposed. The top of his head is exposed. The guillotine's not there, but it's close. It can be if Font starts to work it. Lucas is not going to make a big mistake here and turn his head the wrong way. We really have no work going on, and now they're broke. Nice job by Kevin McDonald.
Absolutely. Separates both fighters. 1.5 to go in round number 1. A lot of action early on in this fight. What you would expect from these 2.
Uppercut right, cross by Font. Thrown very hard, very well, but the defense was there from Lucas. Again, Lucas just took a couple of big shots, but his defense was in the right place. Font takes him down. Now he's looking to take in his back. Rob Font's looking to get one leg in, trying to get 1 hook in. He might try to jump his back here. Lucas is going to try to push that leg off and spin over and turn into Rob here. Tucks that arm in, and he'll turn into him now. There it is, and now he prevented the takedown with a good underhook and reversed it. Nice job by CRUZ. And Font shoots in for a single, tries to transition to a double, and gets it. Sloppy one, but he got it. And Lucas right back up. Great job by both men.
It's been quite a chess match in round 1, just under 30 seconds to go.
Yep, Lucas CRUZ now has double underhooks, looking for a walk. Oh, he got his back. He's got Rob Font's back. Rob was working a sweep there and kind of got caught in transition. Knees to the legs would be good. Now you can see Lucas CRUZ adding some punches while he had his back standing. Nice knee that missed.
Again, you talk bad intentions.
Yeah.
That one had bad intentions.
That was a great first round. Great first round.
And a tough first round to score, which is what you would expect in this kind of fight, which is so evenly matched.
Right.
It's tough to say. Both fighters had their moments, Scott, in round one.
I don't want to score that round, to be honest with you. There was nothing that led me to believe there was one or the other.
Take that space away, right?
You see Saul Almeida work in the corner of Lucas CRUZ. Perhaps give him a little bit of advice on what to expect from Rob Font, but whatever he got, he didn't handle quite well in that last fight.
I agree with you 100% there, my friend.
Round number two, Font in the camouflage black trunks, CRUZ in the red and black.
Yeah, those are tie trunks he's wearing. It helps him throw those kicks a lot cleaner. It's a nice rear leg for Font and returned by Lucas CRUZ. Overhand right. Lucas must see something. He's a little short with it, but he must see something. Nice short right hand by Font. Both men are throwing really strong punches, throwing them very well, but both men have excellent defense. We don't see anybody, see all these punches that you look like are getting in the exchange, but neither guy's swollen or cut up. Shows you the defense is right where it's supposed to be. Now Font looks like he's the aggressor, stalking CRUZ down. What I do like what CRUZ is doing is countering immediately.
And neither fighter really able to gain much momentum either
Nice
way.
rear leg. No, you're right.
1 minute into the second round, CRUZ again lunging forward.
That was a Superman punch he kind of pulled back on, and that dropping right, like looping right hook to the body is scoring for Font. Rear leg checked by Lucas. Switch kick by Font. It was a beautiful kick, but it was checked by, switch kick by CRUZ, checked by Font.
And again, Font going to the body, Scott, like you referenced earlier in this round.
And it's a long looping hook. You would almost think that's not going to get there, but he's landing it.
Again,
right
upstairs
back
to the body, yep.
I'd like to see Font double that up. Right hook to the body, right hook to the head. It's very rare you see a leading right hook to the body. Now Lucas becomes the aggressor, which I like to see. It shows you that neither one of these guys is scared or intimidated by the other.
Every so often it changes who becomes the aggressor.
Both men are slipping in the middle of the cage. I'm wondering if we got a spill there. Font went for double underhooks. CRUZ fought it off very well. Switches levels. He's got the scoop. He's got this takedown. He's going to walk him down. Big slam. He's got to protect his neck here. Rob Font did a nice job of attacking the guillotine.
And never really panicking on the way down, Scott, like you mentioned, trying to get that right arm underneath.
No, he jumped front. Now he let the guillotine go, but that was a great idea to try to scoop that neck. Let's see what Lucas can do from top position. Now what Font's going to do is he's going to push that right elbow down and bump his hips up for an upper, and CRUZ put him back in the guard.
.145 to go in the second round. Lots of action in this one as well. And it's been so back and forth from the opening bell, Scott.
Yeah, without a doubt. And to everybody who's watching's pleasure. You know, these guys, The lighter weight guys are usually a lot busier. Now you're seeing guys with phenomenal technique. Lucas CRUZ is a stud. Rob Font's a stud. Nice short elbows by CRUZ. CRUZ is working a can opener here to break his guard. That's when you take your opponent's, you take your hands, put it behind the opponent's head and pull him tight. It forces your opponent to break guard. And then if he doesn't get it, he throws the short elbows. CRUZ did a nice job trying to pass. And I think he just pulled off. He did. He got half guard right now. Switch beautifully transitioned to side control. Great hips on that move. Knee on belly. He's trying to make his move all the way over to mount, and he got it. Now we got Lucas CRUZ in a dominant position, working a good crossface and some ground and pound. 45 seconds left of the round. Lucas is pouring it on here.
CRUZ in control. He's got 45 seconds to try to finish.
Looks like he's got a rear naked. He dug in for the rear naked. He's only got one hook in, but he can still finish from here.
And 30 seconds is a long time to try to hold on.
Nice job by Rob Font in breaking out of that and reversing this position. This is a hell of a fight.
What a second round. Just when you thought CRUZ had it, Font turns the tables.
That's why one's 6-0, one's 5-1.
Survival mode at this point.
Lucas threw up an arm bar real quick, just attacking it, trying to get off his back. Again, he's got a leg lock he's attempting, and Font fights it off very well, and that's the round.
End of round number 2, another tough, close round, another round that I wouldn't want to score if I were in either of those judges' seats right now.
I would agree. I'd be telling my fighter right now, it's a third round's a must win, must win.
This is where it all comes down right now. This is where it all comes down. It's a close fight right now. I'm going to call it an even fight. This last round, and I know you guys can do it. I know your cardio's there for days. I know we did everything perfect. He's gassed. He's going to slow getting back to that stool, slow getting up. This is where you dump the whole tank, brother. You cannot be on your back. He's heavy on top. Do not be on your back. All right? You're either outstriking him or you're getting the takedown and winning the round. I need you to outwork him on your feet. I need you to
Well, you heard the advice from his corner, and I would tend to agree with it. He does not want to be on his back. He wants to either Rob Font wants to either outstrike Lucas CRUZ or cause the takedown himself. I do agree Lucas was excellent, strong, dominant from top position.
Yeah, absolutely. That last minute and a half of that second round, CRUZ really had control until Font turned the tables at the end. And really the final 2 minutes was a great finish.
Nice punch by CRUZ.
That CRUZ landing upstairs for a second there. And again, that short right uppercut to the body by
Font.
Font.
Walked in on there, Font, that time.
You also heard Font's corner say, listen, this is probably an even fight. It's a must-win round. I think both sides need to
Yeah, he told him to dump the tank. He told him to dump his tank.
CRUZ tried to fly in with that knee. And Font had him against the cage for a second. CRUZ now trying to drive that knee upstairs.
He has a nice tie plum. There's a knee in the face that scored.
That one landed. 1 minute into the third and final round. Let's see if CRUZ can get that takedown.
Font reverses him and gets mount. Now let's see what Rob Font can do from the top position in mount. Lucas has double underhooks. He's going to try to not allow Rob to posture up and throw punches. But this is where Rob should bring an arm across his face and try short elbows.
Yeah, that would be the best way to break up that hold.
Now Lucas let it go himself. He's looking to, you see him bringing his right leg, Lucas CRUZ bringing his right leg all the way across to Font. He's going to try desperately to push down on that right knee of Font, pull back with his leg and recover half. He let it go, and that comes from the short punches.
Font driving those lefts into the midsection in the rib cage.
I'd like to see, Rob be a little more active, but I can understand his caution because that just happened. Wow, what patience by CRUZ. What did he feel? And he reversed him.
Now
Phenomenal fight.
CRUZ back to where he was in round 2, Scott, where he dominated toward the end. The tough spot for Font to be in.
This is where Rob Font in his corner doesn't want to be. His corner told him, you don't want to be on your back. He's too heavy, too strong for you on your back.
And it's going to be tough sledding for Rob Font if he can't reverse or switch up here. 2.5 to go. We're halfway through the third round.
I'm going to be honest with you. Whichever way this fight goes, I want to see somebody finish it. Somebody is not going to be happy with a judge's decision. Neither fighter will be. I'd love to see somebody finish it and leave no room for second thought.
In a fight of this caliber with these two fighters, you definitely don't want it to be in their hands. And you don't want somebody leaving feeling like they were sledded in any way.
Both men working very hard to break that clinch, and there you go. Lucas shoots that takedown. I think he's got the double, and he does. Font grabs a guillotine to defend and rolls him right over, attacking an arm in guillotine again, standing.
And again, there's CRUZ, that hand on the mat.
Yeah, and that allows those knees not to go to the head. Once you have 3 points down, now you see Font kicking that foot out. Font now looking for the takedown, shoots the double. Lucas gets an underhook, and he's going to try to pull up, but Font finishes it very well. Lucas CRUZ on his back. CRUZ working desperately to get up, stuffing his head, Font's head down, driving himself up while pushing Font's head down. Font trying very hard to reestablish the takedown. Both men are doing exactly, technically, what they're supposed to be doing here. Lucas is working to keep Font's head down low, like we spoke about earlier, and Font's looking to get both hands behind Lucas's hips, under his ass, and pull him down.
1 minute to go in the final round.
Font just got that lock, and he's going to try to pull him off and bring him up. And Lucas, by having an underhook, is trying to separate his grip. And he did. This is a game of centimeters, man, just a centimeter.
It's been a chess match from the opening bell.
Oh, Lucas tried to, it looked like he was dropping for God and just couldn't pull off what he wanted to. This is not what Lucas intended to do, and this could be the fight, just because he's going to finish on his back. Lucas CRUZ looking for, looked like an omoplata for a second. He's pulling rubber guard and just trying to throw light shots. I think we're going to end this round. I don't see Font advancing at all. I think Font is going to ride this position out until the bell.
Final 10 seconds. We'll see if that's the case.
Yeah, he waited for the 10-second clock, and that's the way it went.
And that'll do it, Scott.
Too close, too called.
It's a tough one to call. I'm not really sure which way I would lean in this one.
This is going to be razor-thin decision.
You see both corners celebrating as if they've won the fight. We're not really sure how it's going to go. But this is what we expected coming in. Rob Font entering the fight at 5-1. Lucas CRUZ was 6-0. We knew this would be a battle, and that's exactly what we got. The fans got their money's worth on this one in the featherweight division. Now we're just going to see who pulled out the victory. There were so many ebbs and flows in this bout. And a lot of the rounds were definitely close and a little bit too tough to call. You'd hate to be the judges in this spot. It's definitely an unenvious position, but it's their job nonetheless to get this one right. And somebody's going to leave happy. Someone's going to leave with a big victory in this featherweight division and really be in the conversation among the best in this region. Both fighters really already are, but certainly this win against a fighter of this caliber, and again, both fighters coming in with quality resumes, quality records, is certainly going to be an advancement for whoever pulls out the victory. And again, CRUZ already has wins over John Ortolani and Pete Jeffrey on his record. Also beat previously unbeaten Andres Judy in his last bout. And Rob Font has beaten Dane Stimson, Lionel Young, and again, Saul Almeida in his last bout right here at Twin River in February. So both fighters have faced the best of the best, and that was the case again tonight. And again, so many twists and turns in this bout when the fighters were on the canvas. Great stand-up action by Rob Font, really worked the body effectively. Lucas CRUZ, exceptional in takedown. It's going to be close to call. We're going to send it down to Bill Carpenter to find out who won this one between Rob Font and Lucas CRUZ.
Ladies and gentlemen, having completed the scheduled distance of 3 5-minute rounds in the cage, Let's go to the judges' scorecards for your official decision. All 3 judges, Flanagan, Barker, and Lima, score the bout identically, 29-28, for your winner by unanimous decision, Rob Font.
Well, there it is, Rob Font with the win, 29-28 across the board. Let's send it down to Scott Ream with the interview with our winner, Rob Font.
Rob, real quick, phenomenal fight against one of, if not your toughest opponent. It looked like you two were evenly matched. The striking looked even, takedown defense. What do you think was the difference in the fight?
I gotta say that last 2 minutes, just pushed a little harder and came on top. Lucas is a stud. I only want to fight studs, and he has obviously, man, thank you for taking the fight. Everybody, thank you.
I got to tell you, from a fan's point of view, it was exciting. Calling the fight, you were reversing positions. Both of you were at a rapid pace. It was a great ebb and flow. Your conditioning and cardio looked good. Did anything happen in this fight that surprised you?
He's a lot stronger than I thought he would be. Kid's solid. When he picked me up, I was like, oh man, where did that come from? But he's real strong. I just want to thank Mike Perry from SOS, holding it down, man, getting me strong. Sorry, man. Sorry, a little tight. I want to thank CRUZ, Mark DeLaGrati, CRUZ John, Tyson. You know, Quinn, where you at, Quinn? Kathy, what's up, baby? Quinn, man.
It's happy to have you here. We hope to see you back at CES again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Font.